Today on WAtv News, we find out how to listen to Wheaton Academy musicians, we try to embrace the new schedule, and we find out about the arcade machine in the senior lounge. Thank you for joining us this morning. WAtv starts now. Good morning, Wheaton Academy. I'm Casey Nichols. Today is Monday, January 11th. This past semester, we reported on a number of student musicians at Wheaton Academy. We caught up with Sam Peniel to update us on how to listen to all of this talent.
While sports have been a huge topic of discussion more recently at Wheaton Academy, another huge aspect of WA culture is its arts, or more specifically, its musical arts. Wheaton Academy has long fostered a growing generation of musicians throughout its school programs, but many students are now taking the skills they learn in their classes and building their own unique style out of it. You may not even know it, but many of these students have begun writing and producing their own music and sharing it with the world on popular streaming services. Most of them you likely already use on a day-to-day basis. As a musician, being able to receive honest feedback and support is crucial to improving your work. Stuff like this is a huge deal to growing talent in musicians and can really help them feel a part of a community in an individualistic field. So to make it easy, we're compiling a list to these musicians and their work, to access as a peer to listen to and support some of your fellow students, and who knows, maybe you'll find a new favorite artist. If you're interested in listening to some of your fellow students' projects, here's a QR code and link to the Linktree. And if you'd like to provide some feedback, please be as constructive as possible. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Sam. With second semester just over a week away, Will Hupke and Osa Oroko get you caught up on the most important information you need to know to start the new semester. The new schedule changes.
Hey Wheaton Academy, I'm Will Hupke, and today my colleague Osa Oroko and I took a deep dive into the schedule change. Well, there were many changes this year. A major change is the new schedule coming next semester. We were very curious to find out what encouraged the schedule change and also what is changing.
Schedule based on some of the feedback like we did first semester. So the schedule, basically Monday will stay the same. It will be a 7-period day, and Tuesday is the same with chapel. But we've changed up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday a little bit. Wednesday and Friday will be the same schedule. You'll have 4th, 5th period, 6th and 7th. And then Thursday will be the new late start day. So we'll start at 8:55 on Thursday, and that will be periods 1, 2, and 3 again, along with chapel. So Tuesday and it's similar to Tuesday with chapel.
Like this every other day, I feel like the classes might flow more smoothly. And I think that they should have kept late start on Friday, though, only because like having a late start on Friday just kind of felt good. Like, we'll go at the end of the week.
It's kind of nice not to have like 2 4-period block days back to back, but it's still probably going to be really confusing to me and some other people.
It's clear many students will miss the late start on Friday, but there was a lot of thought that went into the decision. This is Will Hupke and Osa Oroko from WATv signing out.
Thanks for that, Will. For our last report, many of you may have noticed the abandoned arcade machine in the senior lounge. Mateo Montoyo dives into the story and the history of the machine. What is being done to keep it working?
One of the most interesting elements of the senior lounge is the arcade machine. Many lowerclassmen and even some seniors don't even know where it came from or how long it's been there. My name is Mateo Montoya, and today my colleague Carlos Maldonado and I headed to the Idea Lab to talk to some people who have worked on it.
All right, the arcade machine that is in the senior lounge actually was originally crafted in a design class that I offered a number of years ago. I forget how many years ago it was, but it would be the junior year of Nori Kasai. So that's how long that thing has been in existence. But they designed this arcade machine with a Raspberry Pi computer inside of it, and it's been in the senior lounge ever since. So it goes through these cycles of functionality where initially it would work, but then I think people tinker with it, then it stops working, and then usually I have someone come to me and say, Mr. Burek, can I fix it? And then they fix it for a while, and then it breaks. So I don't know. It's a little bit outside of my jurisdiction.
The student Mr. Burek referenced is Nori Kasai. He was a junior in 2017, meaning that the arcade machine is 4 years old. In the Idea Lab, we also spoke to Michael Heredia, the brother of one of the students that worked on the arcade machine when it was still getting built. Here's what he had to say.
My brother Charlie had been one of the first people who actually created it, and I was actually able to get a few tips on how to fix it from him. And during the time that he had been creating it, he was working with several of his friends. And I don't know exactly what their inspiration was for it, but I do know that there's been a lot of work on it done to get it in different states to be able to play different sorts of games.
I hope you learned something interesting about a cool part of WA history. And as Mr. Bjork said, the arcade machine goes through cycles of functionality, and in times such as this, when it doesn't work, there's always a student who challenges themselves to fix it. Do you think you could be the one to fix it? This is Mateo Montoya from WAtv signing out.
Thanks for that, Mateo. Next, we talk about the weather around us. To bring us this is Carlos Maldonado.
Thanks, Casey. I'm Carlos with the weather for today. Over here in the northwest section of the United States, we see some storms forming by Seattle and Oregon. And over here in Texas, we see some storms with some snow, but nothing's really hitting us. Now we go to the 5-day forecast. Over here today, Monday, with 27 degrees, mostly cloudy. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with temperature rising, we see 33, 37, and 38. Tuesday, partly cloudy with some sunshine. Wednesday, mostly cloudy. Thursday, we see some rain and snow. And then Friday, we see some snow with 34 degrees. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Carlos. Now let's take a look at some big headlines for the day. The Chicago Bears met a very determined New Orleans team on Sunday afternoon. The Bears' leading rusher was kept to just 31 yards. Mitchell Trubisky and the offense got just 6 first downs for the entire game. The Saints were led by veteran quarterback Drew Brees, who may be in his final NFL season. This past weekend, students and families at Glenbrook North High School grieved the loss of senior athlete Dylan Buckner. Dylan was found after he took his own life as the starting quarterback of the football team. Dylan held career records for the school in both passing attempts and completions. The high school principal said in a statement that these are times that when we need to reach out, check in, and ensure that we are caring for one another. We asked Mr. Ellison to share his thoughts and to speak more on the subject of depression and mental illness.
Good morning, Wheaton Academy family. It saddens my heart when I hear or read about stories like Dylan Buckner, a young man who appeared to have such a bright-looking future. We here at Wheaton understand that these times have been hard in so many of us in so many ways. There may be some of you who are dealing with depressive thoughts and others who are dealing with full-blown depression. But whether you've been hurt, feel like you've been rejected or abandoned, or just feel alone, we want you to know that you can always come to Student Services and speak with a licensed professional. Know that you always have a trusted adult here at Wheaton Academy, and we are here to support you anytime. And if you are not currently struggling but have concerns about a friend or a loved one, you can also call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. Again, that's 1-800-273-8255, or text HELP to 741-741. You are never alone. And just as a reminder, in case your mind is playing tricks on you today, you are fearfully and wonderfully made and matter to God. You are important and you are loved, and your presence here on this earth makes a difference whether you see it or not. Have a great day.
Thanks, Mr. Ellison. That's all for us today. Have a great Monday, Wheaton Academy. From all of us here at Studio 22, this is Casey Nichols from WATv, signing out.